Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon who you are and where and when you're coming in. I want to talk today, as you notice, the topic for today is the law of attraction. Remember that one? Let's pull out an old topic that's every bit as hot in many arenas and every bit as applicable in multiple arenas as it was all the way back in 2006. Law of Attraction 2021. Hey, Marina. Now, while we're waiting for Facebook to notify, let me just talk to you about a couple of things. First of all, when you come in, make sure you say hello, tell me where you're from, and I'll come back after the fact. If you have questions, I'll come back after the fact and I'll catch up on your questions when the live is done. But let me ask you this question. I'm sure you've heard of the law of attraction. Yes? I mean, if you haven't been probably alive on this planet since 2006. And people ask me every single day, James, given all the things you've been through in the last decade of your life, do you still believe in the law of attraction? My answer is yes. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever thought that the law of attraction doesn't work? Have you ever, attempted to utilize it and you didn't get what you want? More importantly, would you like to know specifically how to ensure that you understand, first of all, this scientific law called the law of attraction, and number two, how to utilize it and align with it? Well, if you answer yes to those questions, then we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that more in just a few moments. But while we're waiting for people to roll in here, make sure you say hello. Let me just say a couple of quick things administratively. Number one, if you're not yet following me on YouTube, there's over 200 hours of videos there about the law of attraction, about how to increase your finances, your relationships, your mental toughness, your emotional strength, how to have a greater spiritual connection, how to have your dream relationship, and so much more. Just follow me, James Arthur Ray, on YouTube if you're not yet following me there. Second thing, if this video impacts you in a positive way, then let me help you help those that you love and care about. And the easy way you can do that is to hit the share button. It's really simple to do. It's just right down here. You see it? Just hit that share button. If this video impacts you in a powerful and positive way, then help me, help you, help those that you love and care about. Now, with that being said, let's roll into the law of attraction. Now, here's, as you might probably aware, I'm considered to be one of the worldwide experts in this law that is a scientific law, but let me promise you this, the law of attraction is not the actual law. And this is where we need some distinctions. The actual scientific law is called the law of vibration. And the law of attraction is a subset of the law of vibration. Now, herein lies one of the fundamental problems with people who say the law of attraction doesn't work, is they're attempting, and maybe you know these people, maybe you're one of them, they're attempting to force fit the entire universe into one subset of a law when there are actually 7 fundamental laws in this universe. 7 fundamental laws, and you cannot just look at one of them and expect to understand how this universe works. Hey, Hunter. So let's first understand the law is the law of vibration, and this is a scientific law. It says that every single thing in this universe is comprised of energy, and that energy consistently vibrates. It has what science would call a frequency. Now, what you were told and taught with regard to, if you watch The Secret movie, which, yes, I was part of, and I'm grateful, and yet I will suggest to you that some of my best content ended up on the cutting room floor. Not to be disrespectful, but I was not in charge of the production. It was not my movie. I was asked to contribute, and some of my best content ended up on the cutting room floor because my good friend Rhonda Byrne, who was the producer, actually had a vision for the movie. And the problem with the movie, The Secret, in my opinion, Take it or leave it. And the challenge with the book, The Secret, in my opinion, in my experience, is that it simplifies and really dumbs down, if you will, this scientific law called the law of attraction. So people say to me all the time, James, you've been through hell and back in the last 10 years. Yes, that's an understatement. Do you still believe in the law of attraction? Well, what that question presupposes, what that question implies, is that if you understand the law of attraction, if you understand how this universe works, nothing so-called bad will ever happen to you. Well, how's that working for you? Because what is, quote, bad? The only thing we term as bad are the things that we don't prefer. And if it were true that to understand the laws of the universe, nothing that you will not prefer or that you don't care for will ever happen to you, then how do you explain some of the greatest influencers in history? The Christ comes to my mind. The Buddha comes to my mind. Gandhi comes to my mind. I could go on. Martin Luther King comes to my mind. And I hope you get the point. Mother Teresa comes to mind. Because what Mandela, people keep coming to my mind. Nelson Mandela comes to mind. And when you study history, even a brief perusal of history will prove to you that listen to me, the greatest souls have always experienced the greatest suffering. You go, wow, I don't know if I want to be a great soul. So many people running around talking about being great. Well, be careful what you ask for. Because you may not know what you're asking for. The greatest souls have always experienced the greatest suffering. Look at all the names. Just think about the names I just mentioned, and there are many, many more. Why? Because there's a salvation in suffering. Yeah, that's not popular. I don't like it either, but it's true. Because suffering peels away the layers of BS, technical term, and gets you to the core of what's really important. So to think that to understand the law of attraction or any of the other laws of the universe, you're not going to have anything that is uncomfortable happen to you, you need to think again. To think that your understanding the laws of the universe is going to shelter you and immunize you from any kind of pain or suffering, well, then you need to think again. It's just not true. It's not even logical as you think about it now. So let's get that out of the way. Do you still believe in the law of attraction? Emphatically, yes. It's a fundamental law, and it operates in quantum physics as well as all science. It's a subset of the law of vibration. Now, it's not as simple as what you've been told and taught. Because what you've been told and taught, if you just did a cursory review of The Secret, either the film or the book, is that all you got to do is visualize something, and it's going to come into your life. Okay, how's that one working for you? Now, all the way back in 2006, I was the one on Oprah Winfrey. I was the one on the Today Show. I was the one on Larry King. I was the one in every media outlet reminding you, and I'll remind you again today, that 60% of the word attraction is action. It's action. Did you get me? It's action. And so what I suggest to you is that you have to go, what I talked about in my last New York Times bestseller, Harmonic Wealth, you have to go 3 for 3. What does that mean? Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, there's that word, all must be congruent, all must be firing in alignment. And when your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are all firing in alignment, then you're going to get what you desire and deserve. You look at anyone who's getting what they desire and deserve in life. I don't care if it's financially. I don't care if it's in your business. I don't care if it's in your relationships. They've got all three going. And unfortunately, in my coaching practice, I talk to people all the time who are thinking positive and feeling insecure. They're thinking positive and they're feeling self-doubt. They're thinking positive and they're feeling procrastination and lack of self-worth. And therefore, they're not taking action. Or maybe they're thinking right, on point, they have a clear intention, and they're feeling really confident about getting it, but they're still not taking action. They're sitting on their sofa just thinking about it, visualizing it, and feeling good. Well, that's a surefire strategy for them to come take your furniture away. You with me? You can sit around visualizing all day long. They'll come take your furniture away. So you've got to go 3 for 3. Now, the last point I'll make here on the law of attraction, to update it for our year 2021, to help you create the life you desire and deserve, to help you have a year that's off the hook, off the chain, particularly on the back end of a challenging year last year. Am I right? Is that you will get, when you understand the law of attraction, you think, feel, and act. 60% of the word, action. If you won't take action on it, then you don't believe it. So many people, I believe I'm going to have a $10 million business. Okay, well, what are you doing to prove to me that you really believe that? You're not doing anything. I really believe that I'm going to find my dream mate. Well, what actions are you taking that are in alignment with that? You're not taking them at all. So you don't really believe it. It's just lip service. Are you following me on this? And so you will get what you desire and deserve when you go 3 for 3. Now, here's the other key point. It will come to you. Now, how quickly will it come to you? That we don't know. One of the other 7 laws of the universe is called the law of gender. And every single thing in this universe has a gestation period. Law of gender is really complex, but one of the fundamental pieces of the law of gender says that everything has a gestation period. You know, it takes about 7 weeks to gestate a carrot seed into a carrot. It takes 9 months to gestate a baby into a baby. How much time does it take to gestate your dreams into reality? I don't know that. What I do know is that an oak tree is on this planet for 30 years before it produces its first acorn. Talk about some patience and perseverance. But then it's here for hundreds of years. You follow the metaphor? If you're going after oak trees, you're going to have patience and perseverance. You're going to have grit. You're going to have determination. You're going to have to stay the course. You know, the difference, you might want to write this down, the difference between the master and the amateur is the master has the ability to stand in the face of no results for longer. Because he knows what he knows, what he knows. She knows what she knows, what she knows. And she doesn't judge by appearances. Didn't someone really powerful teach us not to judge by appearances? Now, when you're going 3 for 3, we don't know how quickly it's going to come. It will come. And here's the fundamental piece that you got to get your mind around. You see, I'm right on course. If you know anything about my life, I've been through hell and back in the last decade. I've been through things that I didn't think I had the strength to sustain. I didn't have the strength to go on. I didn't think I had the ability to continue, and I did. I'm still here, and I'm grateful, and I'm thankful to God for that. And yet, here's the point. I'm right on point in purpose. If I go back 15 years ago, and look at where I am today, I'm right on point, and I'm right on purpose, even through hell and back. So is the law of attraction working for me as I go 3 for 3? You bet it is. And here's the point. You will get what you desire and deserve. It will come to you in the correct amount of time according to the law of gender. But it won't always come in the way, listen to me, it won't always come in the way you think it's going to come. I would have never, ever predicted or even had in my craziest imagination that I would have to go through prison, that I would have to be $20 million in debt, that I would have to be homeless, that I would lose everything I'd ever built and given my life to. I would never in a million years, in my wildest imagination, have thought that that would be the path that I must take to be exactly where I am today. And guess what? It was. It was. I see that very clearly now. Now, is that your path? I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, all right, frankly. And I hope not. But who knows? Only God knows that. But here's what I need you to get your mind around. Let's unplug from the airy-fairy. Let's unplug from the romanticism. Let's unplug from the cosmic foo-fooism, technical term. And let's plug into practicality. You will get what you desire and deserve when you keep the faith, when you hold the vision, when you feel the feelings, and you take bold action based upon what you say you're going towards, and it will not ever, ever come to you the way you imagine it will come. It will come in God's way, not your way. Does that make sense to you? Now look, I've downloaded a lot of information in a short amount of time here today. It's time for you to redeem your life. What does redemption mean? It means to gain or regain something by paying the price. Is there something you need to gain that you have never had? No or yes. Is there something that you need to regain that you once had and you lost? No or yes. That's redemption. And in the middle of that gain or regain is the price you must pay. And there's always a price for the prize. And the bigger the prize, the bigger the price you must pay. It's time for you to redeem your life. It's time for you to redeem your character. It's time for you to redeem your business. It's time for you to redeem your relationships, isn't it? Maybe past time. It's time for you to take your power back. And if you answer yes to those things and you agree with me on that, then I have an opportunity for you. You know, it's coming up here, and I should have pulled up the date. Forgive me. It's coming up here in just under a month in March. It's called the Redemption Experience. And I want to invite you to come join me in Bersabeh March 13th and 14th for 2 full days of roll up your sleeves and get busy to redeem your life, to redeem your business, to take your power back, to let go of the things that cause you that cause you hamperage. What is it? I just made up a word. That hamper you from taking action, that cause you, that hinder you, that cause you to procrastinate, to let go of those things and to find out why you do what you do and why you don't do what you do. Let me ask you, do you ever know exactly what you need to do and you don't do it? You had that experience? Or you know exactly what you shouldn't do and you do it anyway? You ever had that one? Well, psychology tells us that 95% of what we do every single day, you do, I do, is driven by your unconscious. The redemption experience, we will dive deep into your unconscious. We will find those limitations and those blocks and those barriers. We will help you redeem your life, redeem your business. Look, I could go on, but I've been on here long already, and I know you have a lot to do today. So just click, Darlene. Thank you. Just click the link above my head. Get all the details. Reserve your seat. It's 2 days, and here's what I'll just close with. Forbes magazine, one of the #1 business magazines in the world, conducted research and found that every single dollar you invest in your own development and growth, your own awakening, will return to you 6 times over. That's a 6-to-1 ROI. Let me tell you something. You come to me with a 6-to-1 ROI and ask me to invest $1, I'll invest that all day long. And that's what Forbes tells you you will get from investing in yourself. The number one investment you can make. So just click the link above my head. Again, I appreciate your time. Get all the details. Grab your seat. Come and give me the honor of helping you, give you my experience, and help you take your power back. God bless you. If this made an impact on you, once again, just hit the share button. Help me, help you, help those that you love and care about. We'll see you March 13th and 14th on Zoom. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. We have people from all over the world who are joining us on Zoom for 2 full days of the redemption experience. Lots of love to you. Godspeed to you. And we'll talk again really, really soon. I'll see you March 13th and 14th.